for Donald Trump the shocking news if America pan or the about of him say Israel and Iran to see a conflict kesi pate say into kwa kesi pan ekos war for Donald Trump ababontin if America the shocking announcement shocking news pan the about of war concerning sa into kwa we ekos Israel and Iran for Donald Trump US president or the shocking news kesi pan the about so beginning na bre Ghanatube for my call near what is that news when chemu na Ghanatube.
Well, in more news this afternoon, the U.S. bombs 3 major nuclear sites in Iran, bringing the country directly into the Israel-Iran conflict. U.S. President Donald Trump says the strikes totally obliterated Iran's nuclear enrichment facilities and tells Tehran to make peace or face far greater attacks in future.
Thank you very much. A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime, Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier.
Now, Israeli Prime
for when Donald Trump was Sunday Pandia call Iran president no see any many me make sure say only Israel for make peace. Nasa war neng and seminar cost no war near cost between Israel and Iran to be tra and yes idea US for aircraft Israel for no the attack kesi pandia call Iran for sort of for Donald Trump no decide same when you never be to judge say Ghana for you know biaka once my in Abrel Ghana to just say Donald Trump in your brepa or the strong one in pan of their call Iran for terror. To say what Sanisa shocking message we and I say shocking warning we pan or their man Iran for president I friend Tehran to say see Trump tells Tehran to make peace or face far greater attacks and to show Donald Trump US for no or the Nintuma Kobo Israel for the ano not just some of the attack pan they call Iran for see any many no Iran for me making sure so me making peace with Israel for yes idea or the attack kesi pan bomb so or for winning sema Donald Trump was sending go social media and some speeding in Ghanatube for my call na yanko to answer so register Ghanatube so
Minister Benjamin Netanyahu congratulated Trump on his bold decision, saying history will record that President Trump acted to deny the world's most dangerous regime, the world's most military dangerous weapons. Well, Israel and Iran have been engaged in more than a week of aerial combat that has resulted in deaths and injuries in both countries. Israel launched its attacks on June 13, saying that Iran was on the verge of developing nuclear weapons. Iran says that its nuclear program is for peaceful purposes only. Israel is widely assumed to possess nuclear weapons, which it neither confirms nor denies. Diplomatic efforts by Western nations to stop the hostilities have so far failed. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres called the U.S. strikes a dangerous escalation in a region already on the edge and a direct threat to international peace and security.
With coordination that reflects our ability to project power globally with speed.
Well, Duncan Amoah is Executive Secretary of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers. He joins us for more on this. Duncan, how do you expect global oil prices to react in the short term following the U.S. attack on Iran?
Kemi, let me say, against all sound intelligence advice, the United States has clearly made the world a more dangerous place per this latest move. You are dealing with countries that are simply not likely to be obliterated, per the words of the Intel chief. You are dealing with countries that have resolved to respond in equal measure.
Right.
Again, if you read an advice last night posited by Bernie Sanders, one of their Congress people who was in line to become a president, America taking this action would simply drive up a lot of trouble. And
Right.
Between now and Monday, when the oil market opens again, we are quite certain that this will have a huge toll on international market prices for both the finished product and crude. You are not looking at a situation where Iran will continue to sit idle. It would have been advised that the United States played a bigger brother role between the two feuding nations. But once it has taken sides, and then if you hear the Iran foreign minister this morning indicating that they are looking at talking to Putin on a response, and you know how far murky the situation is already between the United States and Russia, another nuclear power. We simply have been, the world has simply been made a much more dangerous place, and this clearly will have a sharp effect on oil prices tomorrow when international markets come back online. I have already advised a couple of traders locally to stock up as much as they could, because clearly it is not likely the likes of China, Russia, Korea, North Korea would want this to go unnoticed. Like I indicated earlier on your network, this is not going to just be a matter of nuclear tensions or conflict. It also has economic underpinnings. And the economic underpinnings has to do with where people would now begin to wonder whether the unipolar hegemony that has been enjoyed by the United States should be allowed to stay, where it embarks on any action at will, where it decided to attack Iraq on suspicions of weapons of mass destruction, destabilize Iraq, destroy Iraq literally, and create an unstable space. Whether the Arab world or the Muslim world would even sit idle and allow the United States to get away with this one, I have my doubts, and I suspect highly that even before tomorrow, we could be seeing a reaction from the other side. Clearly, oil market prices would likely hike up. You're already approaching $80. Melbourne is around 78, WTI 77, 78, Brent is already 78. So by close of tomorrow, I'm sure the global oil market space will be an interesting space, especially now that the United States could not play the big brother role but has taken sides and is daring the others to do, their worst. I do not expect that this will not have any consequences at all. In what?
Well, thank you. You've been talking about its effect on global oil prices, but given the recent reductions in Ghana's fuel prices, how soon could we see changes locally if these global prices surge?
Kevin, let me put on record that for this current window that we have, which is the second window, June, some of the OMCs went down, some didn't, i.e. Goil. Goil is still trading above 12 CD 30. And so if you look at any likely impact on a company like Goil, should international markets go up tomorrow and BDCs would have to pass through that cost to the market, then you could be seeing prices inching up 13 and beyond. Clearly, we were expecting prices to go up first window July. But as to whether the BDC market space can even wait any longer, in view of the fact that there could be some price surges effective tomorrow and Tuesday, we are likely to end up with some of the OMCs that even went down reversing their prices because clearly, like I indicated, this is not one of the actions that will not go unnoticed. The global stage is setting for a more dangerous, as you call it, revenge from both the Muslim world, the BRIC bloc, and then again other countries opposed to the United States economic dominance, particularly China. So you do not expect that this will probably go unnoticed. And once that effect comes, like I indicated, I'm sure by tomorrow around this time, you would see crude prices surge. And once that happens, already the plus prices across the globe have started going up, for which some of the OMCs like gold, as I indicated, have even decided that this window they are not going to reduce their prices. So if you wake up tomorrow and there's any change or net effect on prices of oil, chances for OMCs that went down this window to reverse that reduction, chances for BDCs to want to ensure that their investments or their business capital is not wasted or watered down. You could see by the close of tomorrow a certain reaction or a certain trend as far as the Ghanaian oil market space is also concerned. It is very fluid at present. As tomorrow by midday, we should be able to gauge the effect that you and I should be seeing on the international market, i.e., what effect it would also have on the local market as far as the petrol price and bit is concerned. Now markets are closed, but I'm sure by tomorrow night, 10, 11, 12, by midday, we will be able to analyze or assess how much you and I are likely to suffer for this unilateral action by the United States on Iran.
And Doug and Judith here, but lastly, before you go, if
other four when he and Sema air course to see US for Donald Trump will declare the stance, will declare the support the Israel for Tisiano, Donald Trump no on an call for the military, the force in Israel for China fight against Iran. Now, when he says the stance where Donald Trump will take in a bit made the prices on the oil sector or the four map prices of oil na the petrol na the na betumi akosoro for when you breaking news case here abeto dwa me so begin ni na bro e Ghanatube for mama me fisa like no subscribe no share no hit notification bell no se na be abini abibia e drop content a wo nya ntampa na watwe wetie modofo aha ene ensema mede ni nyina besi adofo aha ene ye bibia mede ensem ni nyina Donald Trump breaking news efi America ensema Donald Trump de beto abontin na aha ena mede ni nyina besi e Ghanatube adofo maka mu nyina mede mu nyina ase mamuru mfise mbekɔso ahwe abini abibia Ghanatube so ye otembia ne ho se ni nyina bebrɛ mu breaking news ni nyina ahanya na mu nyam benya ni afi adofo aha na mede ensem nyina besi maka mu nyina mede mu nyina ase